Oh dear. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Marilyn Darling Show. How is everyone doing today? Are you having a nice day? I hope you're having a nice day wherever you are in the world. Why is this so close? Oh. There. Does that matter? Yes. Alright. How is everyone doing today? I want to show y'all what I just got. I went out shopping today, and I just realized I have mail under here. Okay. I got this here box today. Okay, so we're gonna open it. Okay. What is it, you ask? It's Sweet Mate. This is the pink sugar that I prefer over Sweet and Low. And because they didn't have it the last time, 6, 8, 10, I got 12 boxes. So that should last me about a month, give or take. And then I went to the store and I didn't have any. I am all plumb out of tape, so this is like the very last little bit on this thing. So I got some more tape. Come in. Alright. I got 3 of them, because that's just how they came. And they come like these. And you just put these on there. Or if it doesn't fit, you can put it on a freestanding tape thing. Anyway, got 3 of those. And then I went to the post office and I sent Kathy and Alicia the pen that I said I would send her. And I got this here tape roll because I didn't have any more tape, and I learned a really cool trick. This one actually tears the tape now. Isn't that cool? So I will be able to easily wrap up boxes. Oh dear, what am I going to do with this piece of tape now? I don't know. Okay. I will put it over here. I will save it for later. Okay. So that goes in my little tape box. Oops, actually, I could put these in there too. That's washi tape and other tapes. Okay. Let's see, what is today? Today is the 29th. Gonna do the bujo for today. Oh, I can't do the bujo with that pen, so I will... Nope, I've already cleaned this out. I need to figure out a way to get this cap liner out. If anybody has a trick, let me know, because I desperately want to get this cap liner off. I don't know if it's like glued in there. All I know is that it's really annoying. Annoying! Hello, Monique. How are you doing today? What exactly are you making? I'm not making anything. I just did a haul video. I was showing you what I got. I got some sugar. And I got some tape. And I got some more tape from the post office. And now I'm going to do the daily things. I need to... Oh, there's nothing in there. Why is this dirty? What used to be in here? I don't know. Okay. Alright, so, well, I don't remember what was in here, but we're going to go with it. I've already packaged up today's ink and sent it off to Kathy Scott, so we'll just have to deal with whatever's in here. March 29th, 2022. I saw a sign on the way to the Dollar Tree that said, construction starting April 2021. I thought that was pretty funny. I thought somebody is a little behind the times on their city signs. So, today's pen is a Noodlers Conrad with an Ultra Flex nib. Today's ink was Anderelli Goldfinch Yellow, but I've already sent that ink out, and I have no idea what is in this pen. This is Ackerman Douse Emerald Green. D-O-U-S. Emerald Green. So, Monique, where do you come from? Start at the beginning. When you get to the end, stop. I was born a small blue egg. Maybe too far away? Today is... What is today? Why do I have this all unselected? Okay, today is day 88 of 2022. Today the sun came up at 6:42 a.m. and will depart at 7:09 p.m. The weather for the day has been kind of cloudy, and it's 66 degrees. 66 degrees and cloudy with sun later, and the low is 55 degrees Fahrenheit. Today's question of the day is, what are your top 5 personal values? Oh boy. Today's quote of the day is, there is Where there is great love, there are always wishes. Hmm. 2 days inky prompt of the day from Ink Journal is, what is a piece of good news? Today's birthdays go out to Jonathan, James, Megan, Judith, wow, there's a lot of birthdays today, and Ray. Hello, Knife Noob. How are you doing today? Are you having a nice day? You ever try Lami Safari Broad Nib? Oh, yes. I love the Lami Safaris. Well, I have a Lami Vista, which is kind of the same as the Safari. Here is my Lami. This is a broad nib. The broad nib is very smooth. It's one of those, you feel like you're writing with a piece of butter on glass. Butter on a hot stove. So smooth, you can't even, it's just wonderfully smooth. Have you tried writing with a Lami Safari? Hope that doesn't go on there. One little piece of advice that I would give anybody who's looking to get a Safari or a Vista or any of that, make sure that you keep the little ring that goes between the grip section and the barrel, because the snapping action will be very weak. So, if you don't. Also, don't try and pull out the cap liner, because it won't come out. Just so you know. But I love my Lamis. They're really easy to clean out. They hold a decent amount of ink, just enough to get you by. I don't like cleaning out the converter though, because it has like an inner lip, and sometimes ink can get right underneath the inside lip right here and make your colors funny if you use a lot of inks. So make sure when you're washing out your converters that you take good care and soak them, so that way you get all of the stuff on the inside of this converter out. But like, that's literally the only qualm that I have with this pen. It's a very, very nice pen. I I like the Lami for the same reason that I like the Noodlers Conrad, because you just pull the nib feed, dump the ink back into your bottle, run it under the sink. The only problem that I have with the Noodlers and the Fountain Pen Revolution is that the ebonite is a little more porous than some other brands. I don't have one, but may get one instead of a fake one. Well, I have a fake one. I have two fake ones. This is called a Urin 401, and it has a rainbow nib, and it's extra fine. It's one of my favorite extra fines because it's super duper extra fine. However, it has the same problem that the Safari has, with the ring getting lost and having to clean on the inside of the converter. So just be aware of that. You hear that click? That's because a little ring here provides resistance, and you get a nice click out of it. Let's see, do I have any other pens with a Lami nib? No, I do not. Oh, I do have other pens with Lami nibs. This is a Lambatau 3059. The Lami does take a proprietary converter. This is a Lambatau 3059. It also takes a Lami style nib. And it's a piston body container. The really cool thing about this is you can undo the barrel, pull the piston out, and wash this out. There's another pen called the Wingsung 3008. Wingsung 3008. It also comes with the Lami style nib. Only this one, compared to the Lambatau 3059, is, if you see there's triangular grip section in the Lambatau. The Wingsung has a circular grip section. It also has this beauty ring here, which needs to be cleaned every time because it will get ink right up underneath and create problems if you're trying to change inks. But it also comes apart hand disassemblability. Very nice, very nice. You have a 3059. Okay. Oh, it's a nice pen. If you like a fine nib, because I think that they only come with fine and extra fine nibs. I mean, they write just as smooth as the Lami nibs, and they have more ink capacity too. If that's what you're into. But yep, these are the three pens that I have, besides the Lami. These are the 4 pens that I have that take the Lami style nib. I also have it in tan, which isn't the prettiest color, but whatever. I have a tan one, a mint one, a clear cap, blue one, and a blue capped. See, I have these ones too. Wingsung 3008. Nice pens. Very nice pens. What else? If I had to choose one over the other, I'd probably go with the Wingsung 3008 because it looks nicer. Although if you want simple, get the Lambatau 3059 because it takes the Lami style nibs. Okay, where's my little? There we go. My predicaments. I have other Lami style nibs that work perfectly fine. You might need to just crimp them down just a little bit with some they don't fit very good on the Lambatau 3059. So, I mean, unless you want a fine nib, then that's where it's at. Why is this one so loose? That's what she said. Oh, just kidding. I'll do it with my. I would just crimp it down just a little bit. Make sure that it's not going anywhere. I have, this is a fine nib. I have a 1.1 millimeter stub. I have an extra fine nib. Oh, that's a 1 millimeter stub. What is this? Oh, that's an extra fine nib. What is this? Oh, that is also an extra fine nib. Don't ask me. I bought like a lot of Lami nibs. I didn't realize they were all going to be the same. I have a medium nib. That's a Pilot Petite 1 nib. Another Pilot Petite 1 in medium and fine. And I have another extra fine nib. So if you want an extra fine nib, you want a broad nib. Oh, I see. Have you ever met a pen that you didn't like? Oh, yes. I quite have a few of them that I don't like. Let's see. Alright, let me get out my other thing. My other package. Is it in here? Okay. Come don't like. There's one that I don't like. Here are a few that I don't like. So, this is a Keiko Retro. It's modeled after the Parker 51, but it's thicker. It's way thick. Comparatively, this is a Hero number 616, and it is also marketed after the Parker 51, and I don't know if you can tell, but one is way bigger than the other. At least in the hand, it feels bigger. This one's chunky. Comes with a proprietary cartridge. And you can't get the grip set, you can't clean this part out. So I don't like pens I can't clean out, because I like my pens to be able to clean them real easily. I don't like this one because it comes with a bladder, and I can't unscrew this bit to clean out the fins, the innards of the pen. So yeah, it goes in here. Same goes for this. This is Hero something or other. It's got a weird beak. It's got a weird section. It looks like a da da da, you know, shark. It looks like a shark mouth. It's weird. And I can't clean it out, so that's another one on the shit list. This one is okay. This one's a Jinho 992 with a medium nib. But Pen Friend Freddy put glue in the inside of it so it wouldn't leak when you eyedroppered it. But I can't use a converter with it. There's no room for a converter. So it lives in here now. These are some of my favorite pens. However, I can't clean them out. Bladder-filled pen. I love cute little pens because I can just barely fit them in my hand and I don't feel awkward. Most people would post them, which then it makes just a normal sized pen. But it's heck to clean out. And I love this cute little pen that Pierre Gustafson gave me. It's one of my favorite pens. However, the nib on it is not very cute. It's got like a weird nib on it. Look at that. It's like a bent. It's like a folded nib. It's like they took the end of the nib and they just went like this with it. They took the nib and they just went like this with it. And it's a vacuum, it's a lever filling pen. So that makes it difficult to clean out too. So I bet my basic story is I don't like pens that are difficult to clean out. This is a Dip Nib. It doesn't have a cap. Like, that's great and all, like for dipping and maybe, you know, swatching an ink, but I can't cap it. Useless. So, and then this is a Uli red Uli pen, and this is one of the most interesting filling systems. It has a wicking feed. So that is a piece of felt. Right there, that's a piece of felt. And it goes all the way through the pen to the end of the nib. And you can't clean that. There's no way to clean it good enough so that you can use it with any other ink than whatever you put in it for the first time. And then it just has to live there now. So whatever the ink that came with this pen, that's what color's been in there since I got it. And thank you to Sharon Bennett for this pen, but I just don't use it. And a wick is like a piece of fiber. It's like a piece of felt that's been wrapped up real tight and like glued into a cylinder, and it's used to suck up the ink. It's just like a regular pen, but instead of using a slit in the middle of the pen, instead of using a slit like this that runs down the top of the feed, it uses a wick that goes through the middle of the pen in order to facilitate capillary action. Well, I do not own a sonic cleaner. I don't think that would help. I never let my pens sit more than a month with an ink in them. The only pen that I've let sit more than a month with ink in it is my Waterman 12 with Diatramentus document ink, and that's because I keep refilling it with Diatramentus document ink. And my Waterman 12 with Waterman black, and that's so I can do some practice calligraphy. So, questions, comments, concerns? And like, don't get me wrong, I love this dip pen, but I have the newest best thing. This is a Pensive Pens Serendipity with a Yovo broad nib, and it comes with a silicone nib cover, so if I want to cap it, I could just put the cap on it and walk away, and it will stay pretty much just like any other fountain pen. So that's my second favorite dip nib. And then if I want to just dip an ink and try it, I'll use one of these. It's a regular straight dip nib with a spring steel flex nib in it. This is a Hunt 56. Super, super stiff. I need to buy some more Zebra G nibs. I want to do some more calligraphy. We're going to be getting into some calligraphy on the 1st of April. So if you're around, you should come and join the calligraphy class. It's going to be a lot of fun. Okay. Pensive is, yes. The problem with the Pensive Pen Serendipity is it's just a dip nib. It doesn't have any room for converter or anything like that. So you could fill up this little tiny section here, but you'd have to make sure not to put too much, because otherwise it'll leak. Like, it's friction fit. So there won't be enough gas exchange. There's no part on the bottom. Oh, I guess there is a part on the bottom that it might just leak out. So, and like, this is another one that probably should go in there because I never use it anymore either. I just prefer to have my pens in a pen for doing my reviews anyway. Let's see. Let me see. Another pen that I don't like, is this. This is a knockoff Platinum Curidas. This is a Lambatau 3088. And it has everything exactly the same as a Platinum Curidas. But the problem with it is you can't clean it inside. So, I mean, there's basically no way to take out the feed that I know of. Nope. Nope. Okay. So, another pen wasted. I'm glad that this one only costs $8, I think I paid for this pen. Maybe $10. I would not have paid $80 for this pen. No frickin' way. No frickin' way. Not a chance in hell. However, I do own a Pilot Vanishing Point, and I love this pen because the mechanics of it are super simple. Like, this is it. There's no fancy. You don't have to. And like, you can run water through this thing. It's not going to hurt it. But the other one, like, I don't know. It's just a weird setup. But this one is super easy, and the clicking mechanism is way nice. I have a Jinhao 51A. Yeah. I have two versions of the 51A. I have this blue one, which I don't use very often because I can't clean it out. So, but then I got this orange version, and I don't know what I did to it, but I must have broken the seal because I can take this apart. And I can pull out the nib and feed, and pull the front off, and pull the nib housing off, and I can clean the nib and the feed all in one go. See? And then to put it back together, I just reverse the process. Put the nib feed, housing unit, put the nib, protector, oops, I put it on wrong. Damn it. The short end inside of the pen. Why they don't make them assemblable, disassemblable, I don't know. What are they afraid of? What are they afraid of? We're gonna lose the parts? Probably. But like, I have tried everything besides breaking the pen to get this damn thing to come apart. It's not gonna come. It's not gonna come apart. Damn it. And the only way to clean these out is to just flush and flush and flush. It's kind of a waste. Especially of people's ink, because if you try and dip this in another ink and then suck it up, and then you push out the ink to get out the air into the bottle, you could contaminate your sample. I don't want to contaminate my samples. I might want to gift them to someone else, and I don't want them to have contaminated samples. I also have a normal nib, a number 5 size, 51A, but this one has a problem. It's bent. I think it's set in the heat just a little too long. So, I don't know if there's a way to fix that, but I'm not going to try, because if it was bent like this way, it would be one thing, but it's not. It's bent the opposite way that I need it to be bent. Unless I take off the ring. And then it sits the way that I want it to sit. So, I don't know. It's weird. Yes, say no to contamination. I bought I received some contaminated inks from a pen friend, and somebody apparently was trying to separate the ink and then add water to it or add some sort of other fluid to it to maximize the color, but it made the colors really weak. And don't do that to your pen friends. Just don't. And if you are going to use if you do want to, like, say you have a really dark ink and you want to maximize the color, you only want to take out a milliliter at a time. A milliliter, put it in a separate file, and then add Noodlers Blue Ghost. Don't add water, because water will make it absorb into the page and feather. You don't want that to happen. Use Noodlers Blue Ghost. It has the proper amount of whatever inks need to have to thickener to keep them from feathering into the page. What is Speedball that's added to ink? Speedball. Noodler's Blue Ghost? If you're trying to make ink more liquidy. This stuff is called Venice Pen's White Lightning, but I would not use this in an ink sample. I would put it just put a drop on a plate, something, mirror, piece of glass, and then take it and put it on a toothpick. Pick it up from the glass with a toothpick, and then put it in the converter or barrel or whatever that you're using your ink in, and then remember to throw that whatever's left down the drain. Do not put that back in the bottle. Do not put it back in the vial. You will ruin your sample, and you will have no other choice but to throw it away. This stuff is not good. But in the very few cases that I cannot get it to come out of even my most wettest pen, which is my Fountain Pen Revolution Jaipur with the Ultraflex nib. When I can't get it to come out of this, I will go back to the pen that I originally had it in, and I will use just a tiny dollop of white lining on the end of a toothpick. But that is the last resort, absolutely last resort. If you're having a problem with your ink, you can try soap, try dish soap on the end of a toothpick. And then if that's still having a problem, you gotta shake your pen with it real good to get the surfactant moving, to get the particles moving, sloshing around. And then try and write with it for at least 2 or 3 minutes, because it's gonna take a little while for that ink to get through the feed to the end of the nib. You don't want it to be all stuck up in the barrel, and then all of a sudden you get all this blooping on the page. That's no fun either. Then you have the opposite problem. You need some sort of thickener. You don't want to put this in your fountain pens, but if you want to use a dip pen, you can use gum arabic. You can put gum arabic in a sample, and it will thicken it, so that way you can use it with, say, one of these. That's the only way that I could use one of my samples, because it refused to. Too much white lightning can happen. What's in the lightning? I don't know. It's a Venice1938.com special. I'm guessing that it's something more powerful than soap. So I wouldn't use it unless it's absolutely necessary. It's some sort of surfactant, something that's going to make water wetter. Something that's going to make it very flowy. The problem with white lightning is that it will make everything feather into your page. Unless you're using an extra fine line or an extra fine line, and you're not flexing, you're just using a plain Johnny One Note nib, because it's going to feather on everything, even the best, even Tomoe River, especially Tomoe River, because it's got some sort of soap in it. And when you add soap to water, it makes the water wetter, and it absorbs more, and it will spread and feather like crazy. Unless you want it to feather like crazy. There are circumstances that you would want it to feather into the page like crazy. For instance, you might want it to make crystals, snowflake crystals. So at any rate, if you have some really crappy paper and you want it to feather out into the page and look like crystals, you could put some white lining and some silver luster dust in a sample. I'm going to show you. So this is a sample of Noodlers Navajo Turquoise. And if I use it with really crappy paper, where is my mead? I have mead somewhere. Here it is. Mead. Very crappy paper, right? Some of the worst. So when you look at mead, you can have this kind of feathering effect that looks kind of cool if you're trying to create little ice crystals, say, and you want to make a Christmas card and you want it to have some sort of icicle look. You use some really crappy paper, and you use a little bit of white lightning in there, and then I put a lot of luster dust in this, so it takes a lot to get it off the bottom of the barrel. It's like not coming off the bottom. This is the problem with using shimmers also, is that when you're trying to get it off of the bottom, sometimes you have to use like a probe. Thin probe. I don't have a thin probe. Dang it, why does that want to come off? Anyway, there's a lot of shimmer in there, and now it has lots of bubbles. Use my Serendipity broad nib, dip it in there, and then I don't even know if you can see.
This is a reminder. 6 p.m.
look really close, it's got little crystals coming off of it. And it kind of looks like it's cold. Kind of looks like ice crystals. Cool, huh? Well, I mean, I was pushing it pretty hard, so if you're into switching out inks really fast, yes, it's worth it. Because all you have to do is take this over to the sink, wash it under the sink, and you're good to go. It's made of plastic. It's all plastic and metal. So it's gonna wash really fast. Unless you're using a lot of shimmer, and then you're gonna have to give a little scrubby scrub with a toothbrush, you know. But other than that, hello, Scarlett. Did I say hello to you? I don't remember. I just realized I haven't really said hello to you guys today. That's a great effect. Pretty awesome. Thank you. Yeah, so, I mean, it's the Serendipity is a really nice pen. It uses a normal Yovo, a standard Yovo nib and feed, and it does get a couple of paragraphs anyway. I mean, if you're not pressing it too hard like I was, probably shouldn't do that. You could get a lot out of it. It's not a normal spring steel dip nib. It's got a feed that's just like a normal feed, so you'd get a lot out of it. I'm told by some people that you can get almost a page out of it. Which, that's a lot if you're doing ink samples. Now, of course, if you're doing like one right after the other sequentially, really fast, then you want a glass dip nib. I bought this from wish.com for something like $20. And it has a glass nib. It has some like swirls in it to facilitate capillary action. You just dip, use it, and then swirl it in a cup of water. Make sure that you don't use a glass cup of water. Use a plastic cup of water, because you don't want to break the nib on glass. Glass on glass is glass, and glass breaks. So, take that into consideration. So, that is a that. I'm gonna get ready to go now, but I do want to invite everyone to come to my calligraphy course starting April 1st. April 1st through the 30th. I will be doing 103. Perfecting the art of the cursive. So, look forward to that. I am looking to get my first flex nib. Save your pennies. Save your money. Don't buy something cheap. Just don't. Save your money. Trust me. I've already been through this. I bought a Monteverde Monza. That was a disappointment. I bought a Noodlers Flex Pen. A disappointment. I bought... what did I buy that was also a disappointment? Oh. I bought a Jinhao X450 with a zebra G-nib in it. That was a disappointment. Where I first got really excited about calligraphy, I bought this here blue Himalaya. What did I do with my blue Himalaya? Oh, it's being washed right now. At any rate, we're going to pretend that this is the blue Himalaya. This is the purple Himalaya. with a Fountain Pen Revolution Ultra Flex nib. Right now they have a sale going on, so go get your Fountain Pen Revolution Himalaya version 2 right now. Did I just turn it off? No, I didn't. Okay, so if you go right now, they're having a sale, 30% off of your Himalaya version 2 is chrome, so it's $24 right now, which is way cheaper than the amount of money that I paid for my Himalaya. I paid... The first Himalaya that I bought was version 2. It was $49 with the Ultra Flex nib. So if you're gonna get the Ultra Flex nib, it does cost more. So if you get, it's $14 more, so it'll be $34 with the Ultra Flex nib, and it's totally worth it. Just save your money. Whatever the cost, it's worth it. And the sale isn't going to be here forever. So, get it soon. Next year, we're going to be talking about the Ackerman Pump Pen. So, look forward to that. This is the Ackerman Pump Pen, and it uses a zebra G-nib instead of having to use a dip nib. It uses a flexible zebra G-nib in it. Do I have any ink? Yes. I have a little bit of ink. I'm just gonna top this up because, excuse me. I trust your advice and went ahead and got one on the way. Yes! Yes! Oh my God, you're gonna be in love. You're not gonna be sorry, that's for sure. The only thing that you have to be aware of is that when you first get your pen, to use a little bit of silicone grease on the threads of the piston of the cartridge. That way it doesn't. But you're gonna love it. Oh, you're gonna love it. That's all that there is to be said about that. Okay, gonna top this up with this nice shiny ink. Nice me and a Fountain Pen Revolution Himalaya version 2. You can go to fountainpenrevolution.com or type in fprevolution.com or search for Fountain Pen Revolution on Google. That's where it's gonna be. I really want to get to the bottom of this. Oh, I do see the thing I was looking for earlier that I couldn't find. Stick this down in here and get the sparkles moving in there. Yes. Yes. And if you have a problem with the pen, if it leaks or whatever the case may be, all you have to do is email Kevin, tell him, hey, look, I have a leaky pen, whatever the case may be, the piston broke, whatever. He's a really great guy. He'll work with you, ask you, what happened. If you broke the pen, then you broke the pen. But he sells the parts for relatively cheap. So, or he might just give you whatever the part is that you broke. I broke a piston, and he gave me a free piston, which was really, really nice of him. I broke the converter on the inside of my Fountain Pen Revolution Himalaya, but that's because I'm stupid. And I have done all the stupid things. I'm a button pusher. The Himalaya version 2 with the Ultra Flex nib, yes. It's $14 more for the Ultra Flex nib, but it is worth it. You don't want to get you can do the class with a monoline Johnny one-note nib, but I wouldn't recommend it. You want to have some fun. You want it to be exciting. You want the flex. If you don't want to flex, you don't want to flex, but I don't know how not to now. I use my Johnny one-note pens now, and I think, God, this is such a disappointment. I tried to write for 30 seconds with this thing, and I already want to wash it out and put it away. Because I'm just not into the Johnny OneNote things anymore. They are great for putting down lines very quickly. If you are, in a hurry, then yes, the Johnny OneNote is your friend. But if you're trying to be careful and slow down and make your writing look really nice, and it doesn't have to be the nicest writing in the world, but if you want people to be able to read your writing, you want to slow down a little bit. I don't have the best writing. I write in cursive. I try and write the bestest that I can. And then this happens, A little bloop on the page. That's because I pushed the little button because it wouldn't touch the page. Sometimes that happens too. Anyway, we're going to learn really nice writing, and I'm really excited to teach the class. I think that you guys are going to do great. So, the one thing about the Ultra Flex nibs, I'm just going to go on for just a minute. The one thing about the Ultra Flex nibs is I don't have to go this fast. I mean, I don't have to go this slow. I can just... That's relatively fast. So, well, that is all for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media. Like, comment, subscribe. Ring the little bell. Make sure it's set to all, so when I upload new content, YouTube notifies you. And I will be back very soon with another video. So... take care till then. Okay, love you, bye.